What's up, guys? We're back again with the 30 and 30 coverage. Today we're going to try to do 5 more teams, span of 15 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. Let's get right into it. Edmonton Oilers, off-season acquisition, Milan Lucic. That should be good. I don't like the contract, though. I mean, what is it, 7 years, 6 a year? That's a lot, especially for a guy that's only, I think, scored 30 goals once. So he's gonna have to have a good season. It's good in the sense that he's gonna protect the young guys. He's gonna protect McDavid. He's gonna protect Yakupov if he sticks around. Nuge, Draisaitl, all those guys. So I'd say that was a good signing for him as long as he produces. Because that contract is gonna be rough. All right, moving on from Lucic, got Leon Draisaitl. Will he be able to stay hot and continue the success he had last year? See, last year was funny because Draisaitl, I don't think he made opening night, or maybe he did and he got sent down. He didn't heat up until he got a second call-up. He got called up a second time and then killed it. He was on fire. He was over point-per-game status for a long time. He trailed off towards the end, but he had a phenomenal second half of the season, and he's a dangerous player. I remember when he played the Rangers, he was, oh my God, what a dangerous skater. Good at face-offs. He played the wing and center. Quick, smart, all-around good player. I'd like to think that Draisaitl is going to be able to stay hot, and Edmonton can have 3 good scoring lines. That's what you'd want from a guy like Draisaitl, because he can give you that. Former 4th overall pick, right? Yeah, he was picked 4th overall. He's two-way. He hits. He does a little bit of everything. So I think he'd be a solid third liner. But then again, Draisaitl could also be used as a trading chip. He could be sent. I'm trying to think of a good partner. Would be like maybe St. Louis. Draisaitl's got equivalent trade value to someone like Colton Parayko. Not like that deal would actually happen, but I'm just saying in reference to value. If they were to trade someone like Leon Draisaitl, after Draisaitl, I want to talk about Patrick Maroon. Very underrated player. I don't know. People don't really value him as high as he should be. Patrick Maroon's a very, very good player. I'm pretty sure he's scored 30 goals before. He had a couple good years in LA. I like Maroon. I think Maroon's a good player. I think he's going to have a good year, too. I think on a line with Connor McDavid, he's going to score maybe 20 goals, maybe 40 points. I think he's very capable of it. Nail Yakupov, is this Nail Yakupov's last chance at the NHL before he's either traded or runs away to Russia, like Val Nichushkin? I think Yakupov had his last chance last year, but he didn't get traded. You know, his trade value is so low for a former 1st overall pick. I think this is going to be his last chance. I think he's got to wake the F up. I think it's Edmonton. The fact that he's in Edmonton is rough for him. You know, I think he'd be better off elsewhere. Unless he's on a line with Connor McDavid. Excuse me. Because him and Connor McDavid play good together. They're both very quick. Because Yakupov is one of the fastest skaters in the NHL. You cannot take that away from Nail Yakupov. He's a very, very fast skater. And I think he's capable of being a top 6 forward in the NHL. He just got to find the right teammates. And maybe just Edmonton isn't the right place for him. After Nail Yakupov, my 2 biggest concerns with the Edmonton Oilers, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle, have got to freaking produce this year. I don't know what the hell's going on in Edmonton. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, a former 1st overall pick. This kid was supposed to be the next Crosby when he was drafted. He's got to wake the F up. He's soft sometimes. He gets lazy sometimes. The guy has got to play hard because he's not going to get anywhere in this league if he keeps playing the way he does. And he's got to get better at winning faceoffs. He's not a good faceoff taker at all. He's a very, 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 very bad faceoff taker. And if he can improve that, he would be one of the top centers. Defensively, he's not bad, but I would also like to see Ryan Nugent-Hopkins score a little bit more. The guy, he's getting stuck in the scoring race. He's like consistently 50 points if he's lucky. He's got to be capable of putting up 60 or 70 points. He's a former 1st overall pick. He's making $6 million a year. Jordan Eberle too. This guy had a 34-goal season not too long ago when he hasn't been doing anything since. You know, he's got to be able to do something because it's just, you know, it's bad, especially $6 million contract. He's this expensive contract. He's got to do something. And I think him and Nugent-Hopkins are a good line together. It's just they need to find someone else to put on that line to help them produce because it's going to be rough for them if Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle have another struggling year and aren't able to put up points they're supposed to put up. Assessing the Oilers overall defensively, the defense is so much better, but it's still not great. I still feel like there's a couple more improvements they need to make. They have depth at defense, but they have expensive depth. They could use an offensive defenseman. I don't think Adam Larson could provide total offensive overhaul for their defense. But But their defense is much, much better than it was last year, so that's something to look forward to. Talbot's a good goalie. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Sportsnet rates him as or whatever stupid websites are rating him as a bad goalie. I think Talbot's a good goalie, and he'll be good once the team gets better. I mean, it was Rufford. You see the defense he had last year? And my final assessment of the Oilers, they're playoff hopeful, but it's very unlikely they make the playoffs. I'm just going to say that right now. It's not even a matter of their team and their skill. It's a matter of, the Edmonton Oilers. They might just find a way to blow it. All right, so after the Oilers, we got the Florida Panthers. The first thing I want to talk about with the Florida Panthers is Jaromir Jagr. Is age going to catch up to the ageless one, or is he going to continue to be a juggernaut in this league? Big bastard. Wasn't too long ago. He was 6'4", 240 pounds. I think he lost some weight now. He's adjusting to today's NHL. I think Jagr will be all right. I don't think he's going to put up the numbers he put up last year, but I think he's still going to have a good season. The problem with Jagr was he struggled in the playoffs. He really, really struggled in the playoffs. So we'll see how he does there. Their defensive core is so much better. Even though they traded Erica Branson, Keith Yandel was son of a bitch, and Jason Demers were excellent pickups. Excellent pickups for him. Even with the loss of Dmitry Kulikov, they brought in Mark Pysyk, correct? Mark Pysyk's a good defenseman. The defensive core is younger. I want to say fast. It's definitely faster, and it's more skilled. It's perfect for today's NHL. Obviously their forward core is very, very solid. Up and down. Trocheck, Bukes. Bukes has got to have a comeback season. He didn't have a very good last year. Is Luongo's age going to catch up to him? I don't think so. I think Luongo will be all right. I think he's going to have another solid year. He's finally out of Vancouver. The dude's loving it. The best part about Florida is the warm weather. It's good for the bones of Luongo and Jagr. So, it slows down their aging process. They're not playing in cold markets like Vancouver up in Canada. They're in the sun. I think James Reimer's ready if he's needed. Another big thing, like people saying, why would they sign James Reimer? You never know if you might need him, because even though Luongo's in that warm weather, he could very, very easily get hurt. He's not a kid anymore. So it's good to have a backup like James Reimer, who's been a starter in the past and could be a starter if they need him. My final assessment of the Florida Panthers, they are an upper tier playoff team, meaning that they're going to finish high in the standings. I think they can go far in the playoffs. That's totally up to the players and how they react to their current situation. A lot of new acquisitions, but I think they're more than capable of being a Stanley Cup contender, but I'm not going to put that label on them. Not yet. We'll see how the season goes. I love their coach, by the way. I don't even remember his name, but he reminds me of the commissioner from the TV show Gotham. The tough guy. You could tell, like, you don't want that coach yelling at you. You look like he'd mess you up. So after the Edmonton Oilers, oh my God. After the Florida Panthers, we have the Los Angeles Kings. First and foremost, Teddy Purcell is a good acquisition for the team. They continue to get deeper in their forward core. That's really their only key acquisition in the offseason. The question facing the Los Angeles Kings, will they be able to be consistent as a team? 2 years in a row now, right? That LA hasn't made the playoffs. Oh, maybe they made the playoffs last year. I know the year before that didn't. I'm pretty sure they didn't make it last year, but I could be wrong. But they have got to be consistent as a team. Jeff Carter's the dude's got to be a 30-goal scorer. He's got to be 60-point scorer. Kopitar is fine. He's got a 70-point scorer. Doughty's just amazing. As much as I freaking hate the guy, he is simply amazing. Marian Gaborik, I think he's shot. I think his career is coming to an end. He keeps getting hurt, and it's his legs too. That's the biggest part of Gaborik's game. He was always such a fast player. What else? Tanner Pearson and Tyler Toffoli got to keep playing good. Pearson's got to break out, man. He's got to have a high-scoring season this year. Not like he's a bad player, but he's got to really, really put up numbers this year. And another point I wanted to make is that the Los Angeles Kings have got to let Anze Kopitar and Drew Doughty take over this team. They have to let them take over this team. They got to be the leaders now. It's time for them to take over. And Dustin Brown's got to get traded. I don't care how you do it. Retain half his salary. Get a 7th-round pick back. Doesn't matter. They've got to shed Dustin Brown. His era with the LA Kings is over. You cannot keep him around. He's going to end up being a cancer in the locker room because it's just awkward. You strip somebody of their captaincy after having a few bad years. It's just they got to get rid of him now. And my final assessment of the LA Kings, they are a playoff team. How far they go, totally up to them. But they're definitely in the playoffs this year. After the LA Kings, we got the Minnesota Wild. Now, I got 4 question marks for the Minnesota Wild. Mikko Koivu, Zach Parise, Eric Staal, and Jason Pominville. Those are my 3 questions. Will Koivu have a good a season this year as he had last year, or is age going to catch up to him? Is Zach Parise going to have a good year? Is Eric Staal going to have a comeback year? This guy's been struggling forever. That bastard comes to New York and sucked ass, but then again, he was underplayed. And Jason Pominville's going to have a comeback year, man. He had such a brutal last season, and with the contract that he has, man, whew, he's got to put up the numbers that his contract is suggesting he should be putting up. Especially if he had a very good first 2 seasons with Minnesota. Yeah, man, I don't know. Koivu has to establish himself as the first line center again. He's gotta be the leader. He's got to be the scorer, the two-way forward, the power forward. He's got to be a lot of things, Mikko Koivu, especially because the Minnesota Wild have 3 options for their number 1 center. They have Mikael Granlund, Eric Staal, and Mikko Koivu. I think Koivu is going to emerge as a number 1 center. He's definitely going to emerge as that, but he's got to freaking push himself this year, man. The Wild aren't getting any younger. They're a win-now team. And Zach Parise, too. He's got to put up a great year. He's got to have 60, 70 points this year. Eric Stahl's got to put up at least 50 or 60 points, even on the cap-friendly contract. He's just got to have a great year. And Jason Pominville, too. He's got to put up a solid year. It wasn't too long ago he scored 30 goals. Is he going to score 30 goals? Probably not. But he's got to put up numbers that can resemble he's more than capable of being 20 goals, maybe 25 assists. And that's a 45-point year. It's not even that good of a year, but it's something, you know. Moving on from that topic of the Minnesota Wild, I want to point out that their defense is very solid, and so is their goaltending. Defense especially, they got a young defensive core. Ryan Suter I think he's their oldest defenseman, and he's probably the best one. Ryan Suter is one of the best defensemen in the NHL today, and I think he's top 5 in the league. I'm gonna put him in that stat. Maybe not top 5, probably top 10, only because he's kind of one-dimensional sometimes. But I think Ryan Suter's, what a player he is. What a gem he turned into when he came to Minnesota. And obviously Devin Dubnyk is just a great goaltender. So my final comment I'm going to make for the Minnesota Wild in reference to where they're going to finish this year, they're a playoff team. How far they go is totally up to them. Again, I'm going to say that about every team. How far they go is totally up to them. I can only say so much about the team. And I also think, I didn't bring it up, but Nino Niederreiter, man, when is this guy going to freaking break out? He gets so close and looks so good every year, but just cannot put the pieces together. Kid, man. He's going to be good, though, one day. I know that for a fact. I just don't know when. And then, the Montreal Canadiens. This is a hard team to talk about because they started off the year, like, on pace for the best season in NHL history amongst all teams, and then they just and want to know why? Because Carey Price got hurt. Now, you could say, oh, they lost their starting goaltender. Obviously things aren't going to go good if they lose their starting goaltender. You know what? There are plenty of teams that lose their starting goaltending guys that have good seasons after that. You got to face it. The Montreal Canadiens, they're a good team with Carey Price in net. Without Carey Price in net last year, they were a pretty shitty team. Let's not fool ourselves here. Alexei Emelin is not a good defenseman. He's not that great. Thomas Buchanan isn't that great. David Desharnais is not that great. Max Pacioretty's good. Subban was good. Andrei Markov, he was good, but yeah, they're never really a great team. They relied a lot on Carey Price. Let's not fool ourselves here, guys. And to be honest with you, if they had Carey Price in the Eastern Conference Final and the Rangers beat them, I think they would have beaten us. That's just how good Carey Price is. I don't think they're that good of a team without Carey Price. That's just my opinion. I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for that, but that's the God's honest truth. They're not a good team without Carey Price, so they need him to stay healthy. They need to. Even with the additions of Andrew Shaw and Radulov and Weber, they've got keep Carey Price healthy, because without this guy, they really are kind of screwed. They weren't that good without him. So that's my take on the Canadiens and Price. Moving on, the Shea Weber for PK Subban deal. Everyone relax. Let's everyone take a chill pill for a second. That was a good trade for both sides. Montreal wanted to get better defensively. All right, Nashville wanted to score more. You got to give to get, guys. It's even trade. New style. Obviously, the Canadiens' new style is defense, defense, defense. I mean, it's weird to think that because they got Alexander Radulov, who is a hit or miss player in my opinion. They need a goal scorer too. Radulov and Pacioretty on the same line. Yeah, there's your goal scorer and play defense the rest of the game. It's gonna be old school New Jersey Devils style hockey. Andrew Shaw is a perfect addition. Shaw and Gallagher are gonna be so fun to watch. And my final take on the Montreal Canadiens: if Carey Price stays healthy, they will be in a playoff spot this year. No ifs, ands, or buts. Playoff team. So that'll about wrap it up for today. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out the series. I created a playlist for this 30 and 30 series. I want to hear feedback, guys. No one's leaving me comments. Come on. I don't bite. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. The next 5 teams I'll be covering: the Predators, Devils, Islanders, Rangers, and Senators. So stay tuned. Peace out, guys.